Hey guys, welcome to the review and results show for ROH's Supercard of Honor 2023. My name's Dan. I review each and every AEW and ROH show. That's everything from shows like this to Rampage that you'll see later on today. So if you enjoy the show and you want a quick recap, or you want to have a place to talk all things AEW and ROH, you can do so right here. So please go right below this video, click that like button, the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell. That not only let you see past, present, and future reviews that I do, but also helps others to find my channel. And without any further ado, let's get to the review. Opening up 0 Hour, it's Tracy Williams going up against Jeff Cobb. And this was a great back and forth between these two. Jeff really showed off his strength early on by walking around with Tracy in the suplex position. Tracy would come back with some reversals and a few near falls, but this match belongs to Jeff Cobb as he wins with Tour of the Islands. It was mentioned after this match that Nigel McGuinness would be joining Caprice and Ian Riccaboni on commentary. I cannot think of a more perfect fit of not having Nigel in Ring of Honor, and his insight on commentary is second to none. After that, it's Konosuke Takeshita taking on Willie Mack, and this was another gem of a match here. Another one of those matches that I didn't think I needed until it happened, because Willie Mack has this incredible ability to adapt to many different wrestling styles. It's just unbelievable. And speaking of unbelievable, you have Takeshita. His topes are just fantastic. He can fly with the best of them. This was pretty evenly matched throughout, especially with them trading blows until Takeshita was able to hit a Blue Thunder Bomb and finishing things off with a knee to get the win. Up next, it's Willow Nightingale going one-on-one with the Lucha baddie Miranda Alize, and Willow had everybody moving from the moment her music hit. Everybody from me to just about every single person on commentary, minus Nigel McGuinness. He just wasn't having it, I guess. It was infectious to everybody else, though. That's something that carried on throughout this match. Willow would show off a bit of an aggressive side, but you don't get the name Lucha Baddie for no reason, as Miranda would return the favor with that aggression. Both women got better as this match progressed. Miranda would try to hit the drive-by, but Willow would counter, won her right over apparently, and win with the gut wrench powerbomb. We then got Stu Grayson making his return to Ring of Honor versus Slim J, and Stu would be in control until Ari and Smart Mark would use their distracting powers to give Slim J the advantage. That would not last too long, as Stu had enough and just beat him down. Smart Mark and Ari would try to turn the tides for a final time, but Evil Uno had enough as well and is able to take both of them out, allowing Stu to finish off Slim J with the Nightfall. After the match, it's Vincent making his return to Ring of Honor with the Righteous. That's fantastic. I've been wondering what they were going to do with him, if he was going to be returning to Ring of Honor. But that will do it for 0 Hour, as it's now time for the pay-per-view. It's Supercard of Honor time, and the opening match, holy crap, is El Hijo del Vikingo defending his AAA Mega Championships against Komander. And the crowd was hyped for this match. I was hyped for this match, and it did not disappoint. There were mirror image of themselves by going for the same moves at points. They fought each other upside down at one point, which was pretty impressive. They flew with the greatest of eases. Gravity meant absolutely nothing to either one of them. The balance they have to perform their moves is just simply incredible. Vikingo even had a move where he jumped from the ring post and landed perfectly on the rope to be able to springboard himself onto Komander. Just, oh my god. And then Komander being able to walk the ropes to springboard onto another rope to be able to do then a tilt-a-war flip on the Vikingo. I don't even understand how all those words that I just said. They then recreated the 630 spot from his match against Kenny Omega onto a table. It didn't break, though. Absolute insanity. I have no idea how that table didn't break. This was a freaking blast, and it's Vikingo who retains with a 630 from the top. Following that, it's the Embassy defending their World 6-Man Tag Team Championships against AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik. And with their styles, this is a perfect WWE GM match. And if you play 2K22 or 23, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Both teams would use those strengths to their advantage, with the Embassy really showing off their literal strength to beat them all up, with Fox, Blake, and Metalik using their high flying and agility powers. They had sold me a few times that the babyface team was going to win this one, but it is the Embassy who retain after Brian Cage hits the drill claw. There was a lot of talk going into this match whether Brian Cage was going to be resigned by this point, whether he was going to stay with AEW/ROH, but maybe this means he has already signed, maybe it means he's going to sign, which is great news for AEW and ROH. After that, it's Athena defending her ROH World Women's Championship against Yuka Sakazaki, and just like the match before it, this had a ton of agile moves from Yuka, while Athena was more physical, more aggressive with her move style, trying to keep Yuka grounded, but you can only keep the magical girl down for so long as she was able to fight back even after 3 straight power bombs and being thrown around on the outside. She still responds with 2 separate splashes, with one of them even happening on the stage area. Athena was just too smart though, as she uses the ref as a distraction and hits Yuka with the O-Face to retain her title. Now we got Samoa Joe defending the ROH World TV title against Mark Briscoe, and Joe brought that viciousness that he promised, while Mark brought his redneck kung fu, and no matter how much Joe would bring him down, Mark would not give up. He would not quit. He even went strike for strike with Joe at one point, which is very impressive. A beautiful and perfect moment happened when Mark went in for a tag like he would normally used to do. I almost teared up a little bit when I saw it, but it was able to sort of psych himself up to keep himself going, giving him that something extra. He kicked out of just about everything. Every time I thought it was over, Mark would kick out. Just the resiliency from this man was incredible. But eventually, though, Joe was just too much for him. Chokes him out and retains the TV title. Joe would shake his hand after the match. Got a great ovation, a much-deserved ovation from the crowd, and had a wholesome moment with his family. I said going into this match that I thought Mark Briscoe winning the title after everything with his family at ringside was a slam dunk, the biggest slam dunk in the history of pro wrestling. But maybe they have a better plan. Maybe they have something bigger for Joe, for Mark Briscoe. We'll just have to see where both men go from here. Up next, it's Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Daniel Garcia. And I like the fact that we did get an explanation here for why this match was happening, given Tanahashi's history with Chris Jericho. I didn't really need it. I was happy without it, but I'm just as happy with it. I thought it was a little nice touch there. Garcia was very aggressive and did everything he could here to keep Tanahashi off his feet. He would continue to go after his legs, it's easier for me to say, and even mimicked Nakamura to get into Tanahashi's head, but Tanahashi was able to fight back through all of that and hits a frog splash to get the win. Then we got the Reach for the Sky ladder match to determine the new ROH World Tag Team Champions, and it featured Dralistico and Roosh, the Kingdom, the Lucha Bros, Aussie Open, and Top Flight, and this had a lot of action. It was very fast-paced and all over the place. You had bodies flying everywhere, thrust kicks for everyone. Top Flight was drilled by the bullhorns with a ladder sitting on top of him. Darius was further taken out after taking a Doomsday device from the Kingdom, a move much in tribute to Jay Briscoe. You had Aussie Open, who would get into the act and pile drive both members of the Kingdom by the entranceway. Both men would be busted open because of it, both Crimson Mask there. Mike Bennett and Roosh also had an epic encounter where they were just beating the crap out of each other in the center of the ring. You had monitors taken out on the commentary table. Taven jumping on to Dralistico while he was on the ladder, excuse me there. Mark Davis got thrown around on the same ladder, but the spot of the entire match surely was that Canadian Destroyer Penta did onto Tante Martin off a ladder through 4 different tables that were all stacked on top of each other. Well, 2 by 2. Ray was able to fend off the Kingdom to become the new ROH World Tag Team Champions. What a goddamn match this was. After that, we had Mark Briscoe and FTR join in the celebration. Mark hugged the Kingdom in another beautiful moment on this show. I swear I was just having allergies during that moment. No tears came out of me whatsoever. Following that, it's Wheeler Yuta defending his ROH Pure Championship against Katsuyori Shibata. And Mox did come out with Yuta for support, but then would leave shortly thereafter. But this match, though, this was just about as physical and technical of a match that you can get in this one. You had a variety of different holds, all the ways to get out of those holds from both sides, and all of them were very impressive. It was a big deal whenever there was a rope break, which was only two on a Wheeler's side. Shibata really dominated a lot of this match, and then something flipped in Yuta as he would use a low blow and a closed fist, which he would get a warning for. The crowd absolutely hated that. He also spit in the face of Shibata at one point. The absolute madness of this man. But Shibata, his toughness was just way too much as he hits Wheeler with a PK and is crowned the new Pure Champion. It's main event time as Claudio Castagnoli defends his ROH World Championship against Eddie Kingston. And Eddie went right after Claudio early with lots of chops and strikes, but that would only last for so long as Claudio would turn the tide when he saw a tope coming and knocked Eddie right in the face. The aggressiveness from Claudio would pick up though after that as he would give Eddie a double foot stomp and a flying headbutt from the top rope. Eddie though would fight all the way throughout this match. Claudio would give him a neutralizer though at one point and kick out of it at one. Just incredible. Then he would take a European uppercut and kick out at 2. The madness of this man and lit a fire right underneath this crowd really got them back into this one. But unfortunately for Eddie, after reversing a Ricola bomb, Claudio does end up rolling him up to retain the title. After the match, Claudio and Wheeler would come out to confront Eddie, and then coming to his defense, even the odds here, was Shibata of all people. It might not have been the result that many of us wanted, but it was one hell of a fight. Now a Supercard of Honor 2023. What did you guys think about it? Please let me know down in the comment section below. This was such a fun pay-per-view, but my favorite match was definitely that ladder match. And if you enjoyed today's review, please go right below this video, click that like button, subscribe button, every notification bell, because that means that Lady see past, present, and future reviews that I do, but also helps others to find my channel. So thank you guys once again for checking out this review, and thank you guys for being all elites.